Welcome to the Shekina Meditation Podcast, created by Shekina community members. Shekina communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekinacommunity.com.
Hello, this is Ro.
And this is Ray.
And we are on episode 79 of the podcast. And it's Friday, 26th of June. And we're sitting here in the garden just after meditation.
It's a very, very warm and humid day with clouds sort of just sitting right over our heads. It feels jungly.
Soupy and jungly. Lots
Soupy
of bugs.
and jungly. Yeah, lots of bugs everywhere.
Our lawn needs a cut, so it's all feeling very green.
Yes. Yeah, like things are just waiting till we're still enough and then they'll grow right over us.
Exactly. Yep.
Listeners, this podcast is supported by you because it's about meditation. We want to keep it ad-free, interruption-free. Our beloved patrons at patreon.com support us for as little as $1 a month. You can find us at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. That's patreon.com/SHEKINA Meditation Podcast. And you can find that link in the show notes or on our website. Another way that you can support us is by rating or reviewing us. And you could email the podcast to a friend if you wanted to. You could send it along. You could post it on Facebook. You could inscribe it on the palms of your hands.
Like God.
Like God. That's a little wild. Maybe that's a bit much.
It's a dedication to a podcast.
That might be a bit much.
It could be a good conversation starter.
Yes.
So supporting this podcast, helps to keep our Shekina communities running and free for travelers and spiritual seekers. And it helps us to know that you are enjoying what we're doing, appreciating what we're putting out into the world. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for helping us out, patrons. You're the best. You're like a lovely, jungly morning.
Yes, your jungly goodness. Green, verdant,
Lush.
Dotted
with flowers of various colors.
butterflies. Oh, you're gorgeous.
Yeah.
How can you help loving yourself? You're amazing. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Truly, yeah.
So how has your week been, Ro? It's just such a wild year, isn't it?
Isn't it? It so is. Well, what's been happening this week? We've got a new roof, 3/4 of the way done on our beautiful sala.
Yep.
That's looking lovely. We were able to wrangle a good price, and we're really
Yes.
happy about that.
So happy.
And so all our little gatherings at the moment are out under a tree, which is adding to the jungle feel.
Yes.
But it's been a beautiful week. I'm trying to remember. I'm kind of lost. What day is it even right now?
It's Friday, Ro. We just said that.
Yeah, we did. Goodness. It's not too much to keep track of.
Yeah, we went and did a food drop on Sunday
Oh, that was so lovely.
in a little village named Namhu.
So it's a church connection that we've had for a few years, and it's where Joshua and Naomi and I have been teaching English for the last couple of years now. It's a teeny tiny little church, and they also have sort of a children's home, so a lot of folks who find it hard to look after their kiddos for whatever reason, for lots of different reasons, kind of send their kids there during term time, and they look after them. And so we've had this connection with those guys for a long while, and then they were able from the church to connect with a bunch of families in the village, and we were able to go there on Sunday at the end of their church service and give out a bunch of little packages again.
15 packages of grocery packages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so lovely being a connection between, some of you guys who listen to the podcast who donated
Yeah.
and other friends who donated towards this. And, our friends in the villages. It's such a lovely feeling. Like we just get to be this beautiful bridge kind of thing between the two worlds. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So beautiful. We also had a circle yesterday. Started reading through the Jesus Storybook Bible again with some friends, and this week was really little. There's just 4 of us, but it was really sweet. And other people are interested for next week. So we're kind of slowly starting a few things during the week.
Yeah.
And we did our meditation today. We did some gardening this week.
Oh yeah, we had a little trash cleanup this morning. It's been good to get back into beautifying the surrounding areas and getting rid of the rubbish and trash.
There was another trash pickup because Leaf and Brendan are visiting this week, and so Brendan and Ruby organized Brendan with Ruby organized a trash cleanup out on a hiking trail, and they got a lot. They said 20 kilos or something of rubbish.
That's great. Oh,
off the trail.
Well done.
And there was a lot of little kids and puppies, and sounds like it was really fun.
Nice. Yeah. There's been a lot happening actually this week.
A lot has happened this week.
Just feel like I couldn't quite remember. Maybe I'm just still in that meditation space after the meditation. I can't
All
think
soft
about
and
the real
wobbly.
world. Yeah.
Totally. Well, today's episode is a contemplation of nature meditation guided by you, Ro, and recorded here today on this very spot that we are now sitting on. Ro goes into a little bit about the parts of the meditation in her introduction. But just a reminder that there's different ways that you can process your meditation at the end, either by talking with others and really giving each other time to process without interruption, or by whatever way that you like to process your thoughts. So it could be by journaling or drawing, or especially in nature meditation, it's quite nice to draw, or recording, however it is. Yeah. Call your mom.
It's nice.
Call a friend. Say, this is what I felt and experienced.
The only other thing that I would mention is that early on in the meditation, I'm going to ask you to go and get a thing from nature, an object from nature. So if you're meditating inside, you might want to do that before we start. So that's just going to be either something small that you can pick up, like a flower or a leaf or a stone, or something perhaps a bit further away in the distance that you can look at, like a tree, or even something that you can sort of imagine, like gravity or the wind, or something that you can observe with your senses is the best.
Let's begin.
Well, welcome to meditation at Shekina Garden. I'm really thankful to sit with you today and do a nature meditation. So our meditation today is going to have 3 parts. I'm going to just guide us into some mindfulness and help us just arrive, be here in the moment. And then I'll invite us to go and find a piece of nature from the garden. That can be something that you can pick up, like a leaf or a flower, or it could be something that you could just see in the distance, like a tree or a cloud or the mountains, or even something invisible like gravity or the wind. And then once we're all back in the circle, then I'll just ask us 6 simple questions with lots of space in between the questions. Quite a few minutes, like a little bit longer than normal. And just give our imaginations time to explore and play. This is a really, I find this meditation style to be very childlike. Like we can just let our exploration, our imagination just go for it and go down any little alleys in our minds that we want to explore, and memories or ideas that come to us as we think and meditate. And it's a real opportunity to invite the divine, the Spirit of God, to play with us as a little kid, and to inspire us as we meditate, and to just dance around us with our mind as we look at this element of nature that we choose and consider the questions. So to begin with, let's Just find a real comfortable way to sit just for a minute. Let's have a little wriggle if we need to find a comfortable position. Maybe rolling our shoulders a few times, letting the tension go. Maybe letting our eyes close gently if that feels good. And yeah, loosening ourselves up a little bit. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe imagining the crown of our head being lifted through a golden string. Just helping our spine be nice and long so our breath can be really deep and free. Might even just like to take a few big deep sighing breaths just to help ourselves relax, arrive. Just let our attention be on our breath. All we need to do right now is just breathe and notice what happens as we breathe. Noticing the sensations of the breath, all the different things that happen in our body as we breathe. Maybe noticing the feeling of the air in our nostrils. Maybe feeling how our belly moves, rises and falls. We can put our hands on our sides and feel our ribs move. Even if it's very quiet, we might notice the sound of our breath. Or the sensation just under our nose or on our upper lip as we exhale. In our imagination, we might like to trace the path of the air as it comes in. Fills up our lungs and then oxygenates the blood, and then that blood flowing all through our body. That air that we're bringing in being turned into what we need in our body, traveling to our toes and our fingers. It's an amazing system, bringing in what we need from the outside world, bringing it into our very system, deep, beautiful cells. And then as we exhale, we can imagine the things we don't need leaving our body, being expelled naturally, and then what we need being brought in again. This amazing system that's going on all the time, day and night, whether we're noticing it or not. Beautiful system, helping us, keeping us alive. And we can turn our attention a little further afield from our own body, perhaps noticing all the sounds that are around us. Sounds made by humans or creatures, the wind. Let's let our attention just float from sound to sound, noticing each one, maybe imagining where it's coming from, and then floating off to the next one, noticing this whole world of sound that we're in. Perhaps sending our attention out as far as we can hear to see what's the farthest sound, the sound that's the farthest away from us. What can we notice? What can we hear? And then coming right in close, what is the closest sound we can hear? What can we notice that's close by to us? And we're going to turn our attention towards our inner life, our thoughts, feelings, what's happening for us this morning in our minds. You might like to imagine a beautiful bowl in front of you, and that perhaps your thoughts are like beautiful stones, that one at a time you can take the stone into your hand as you notice the thought in your mind. We can turn that stone over and have a little look at it, notice the thought, and then put it down in front of us in the bowl. Just noticing the kinds of thoughts that are in our minds, any worries, any concerns. Just making the conscious effort to notice them, but then put them aside. Paying attention to them, but then letting ourselves know we don't need to put our attention on them for this time of meditation. We can put them in the bowl and let them be there. If a thought tries to insist on coming back into our attention, we can notice it again and acknowledge it, trying to be kind to ourselves. And then just put it back again into the bowl. And I'd like to invite you to take that bowl and pick it up and put it away somewhere behind you, to the side. Knowing that you can come back to those thoughts after the meditation if you wish to, but that for now they can be put to the side. Again, if they want to come into your mind to distract you during the meditation, you can return to this image if it works for you, of the bowl, the stones, and purposefully put it back, the stone back into the bowl, and the bowl off to the side somewhere, putting it away. In a moment, I'll invite us to go and find an element of nature for our meditation. But as we move into this next section, just want to again offer a welcome. That you're welcome here. That we're in the presence of God together. And that's good. We're allowed to bring our whole selves here to God and play together with the Spirit. So I'm going to invite you now to take a little moment to find an element of nature. Take a little walk if you wish, or find something you can look at just from here. You don't need to think too much or too hard about what it is that you choose. Just let your instinct guide you. Just find something that catches your imagination. And we'll begin the next part of our meditation when everyone is seated here again together. Let's feel free to go and do that now. So let's spend a few minutes in exploration of our object. The element from nature that you've chosen. Try to explore it with all your senses. Touch it, look at it, listen to it if you can do that. Taste it if it's safe to do so. Smell it. Explore it with a childlike curiosity. And turning to our first question, let's consider how this element of nature and I connected. How do we connect?
Our next question is, how are we the same or very similar? This element of nature and I, how are we the same or very similar? Our next question is, how are we different? This element of nature and I. How are we different and not the same? Next question is, how is this object connected to God? How is this object connected to God? The next question is, how is the element of nature, the object, the same as God, or very similar? How is our element of nature the same as God, or very similar? And our last question is, how is the element of nature different to God? How are they not the same? How is the element of nature different to God? We're going to slowly begin to bring our awareness away from this meditation time, this element of nature that we've been spending time with, and back into each other's presence, each other's company. Perhaps taking a few deep breaths. On each breath, bringing your attention more and more to the here and now.
Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinacommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you. you.